Today, I have a message for you from the President of the United States. It's not what you think. It did not originate with our current or future president. Go back with me 31 years to September of 1989. A 7-year-old girl named Katie Gallivan had a loose tooth, and she was splashing around in the swimming pool with her brother, and they were trying to find a way to get the tooth out so she could collect from the tooth fairy. They tied a string around it, yanked, and sure enough, out it came. But it fell to the bottom of the swimming pool where they were playing. However, that swimming pool belonged to George H.W. Bush at his home in Kennebunkport. After having this family from Utah visiting that day, Bush, who had only been in office since January of that year, asked little Katie if she'd had a good time, and she said yes, but then she shared her tale of woe. The tooth was gone, lost forever. She could not verify to the tooth fairy that she had that tooth, and therefore she could not get her reward. President Bush, without hesitation, becoming distressed over her plight, called for an aide to bring him a note card and a pen. And there he wrote on a piece of stationery, of which this is a facsimile, this message to the tooth fairy. Katie's tooth came out where the X is. See the X in the upper left corner? It really did. I promise. And he signed it, and then he called his wife Barbara over, and she added her name as the second witness. And that night, sure enough, Katie went to bed and the next morning found $1 under her pillow from the tooth fairy. You and I never know how a note, just a kind word, can transform another person's life in a way that they will never forget. How precious it must have been to Gaius, a first-century Christian, when the inspired apostle John wrote to him in what we call the third letter, "Beloved, I pray that in all respects you may prosper and be in good health, just as your soul prospers." And then he wrote at the end, "I had many things to write to you, but I'm not willing to write with pen and ink. But I hope to see you shortly, and we will speak face to face." During this time in which many of us are not able to travel and visit with family and friends as we look forward to doing before too long, we can still drop that kind of note that shows I'm thinking about you, I care about you, I'm praying for you, and what's important to you is important to me. What you feel, I feel, and what hurts you hurts me. And I'm going to let you know in a simple and thoughtful way that I care about you. That's the message from the President of the United States. It can be your message and mine as well.